You see what I'm saying? Because rights can be abandoned just like you leave a car in the middle of the street. If you're going down I-95, right? Right, y'all going down I-95, right? Randy says, Abigail, girl, I'm really upset about your turkey today. Because it hurt my eyes. The swell of this, I ain't driving anymore. He gets up in the car, takes the keys, he's walking down I-95. And he said, I know he did. So you get out, follow him, chirping all around, trying to get it right. And y'all walking down the street, right? Well, the man will come. As far as they're concerned, that car is abandoned. Yep. The same thing with rights. Rights are done the same way. And so as soon as you call yourself black, you've abandoned your birthright and the state claims it. I'm telling you how it's done. So therefore, any inheritance that you have automatically goes to the state. That's why you got to register everything you own to them. It's under wardship. See, that's where their power is. That's where their power is. If you've got to identify their power to attack it.
So if I abandon it, I'm void. I'm giving it.
Yes, that's why you say gave up your birthright to satisfy or gratify your lower self. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? In other words, if you understand how it's done from a legal perspective, you can understand what you have to do. Meaning that you really don't have to, like, if it's not really explained to people, they won't really necessarily know the legal reasons why you nationalize. I mean, they can understand it historically. And from a moral, ethical position, once they find out that they're not black, but they don't understand the legal ramifications unless it's broken down by somebody who knows law. Right. So they don't take it serious. Or in time, when they get around to it, if they're interested or if they want to rock the boat. Because they already know as soon as you start playing the birthright, you rock the boat and Rome starts doing stuff to you, so people are scared. They say they only fear God, but they fear Rome. Because he's the Negro God. No, it's the truth, but they don't like to admit it. They like to say it's Allah and Jesus and all that stuff. They fear him. He their God.
How important now is it for us to get a national ID card?
See, this is what happens. Let me say what happens. This is what happens. This is what must be understood. Nationality is yours at birth. Occupation of colonial powers stole it, then start claiming to be the sovereign, i.e. claiming to be Americans. When you claim that the Europeans are Americans, you're giving them the birthright. When you call them white man, you're giving them the sovereignty. Once you understand the language and once you understand the history and law, you stop doing those things, which means that you are waking up. It's just like you being in a coma and you're the heir and someone's taking care of your estate. They just do all kinds of stuff to you. They salmon and everything. They give you noodles. You understand what I'm saying? And you want it. You can't help yourself. And stuff like that, right? They ride a Cadillac. You understand what I'm saying? And Bentley. You understand? And when you go out, you got to do a bicycle, and then they charge you rent. And then start finding you for not wearing the helmet on your own land. And then when you start waking up, you start recognizing, damn, I'm the heir. What's up with this? They're racist. No, they're not racist. They stole your birthright. Once you understand what this is all about, all these other colored arguments leave you. But if they don't leave you, they know that you're not competent yet. When that language leaves you, they know that you have awakened. It is no different than vampires in the room and somebody pulls up the shades. It really is. Because they can't stand the sun. Because the sun is the light. And it's true. And it's really true in politics. And this is what they fear, that you get into the light. Because once you're in the light, they must go back into the darkness. Because they're the shadow of the lower self. It's spiritual. It's manifest on a political realm, but it's But if you don't know the history and the metaphysics of it, you don't understand this thing. That's why our people sit around, racism. No, it's prejudice. No, they don't like my color. No, they don't like Afro-Americans. No, it's all, ain't none of that. It's birthright theft. It was birthright theft the whole time. But if they can distract you and make you argue other things that really ain't it, you will never fix it. You understand? As long as you don't attack what the truth is, you can't bring remedy. And as long as you don't attack the truth, you are demonstrating that you are incompetent, which justifies their warship claim. And that the nations of the earth can't come to your rescue. Because they got to honor their mothers and fathers too. So if you don't honor your mother, they won't come here and deal with you, you know, what you're all calling yourself this weak stuff while we going through these emotional attitudes. You understand what I'm saying? Because they're living off your virtues. You understand what I'm saying? So this is also why it's dangerous for our people not to get the basics. This is why redundantly, although we can have a lot of subject matter, every once in a while I'll go back to the basics to make sure everybody got the basics. Because without that basic, your concept will wrong. You get a lot of information. If your concept is wrong, you walk right back into the jurisdiction.
And it worked to get a new pension.
Yes,
Right? Not that I asked to it, but that's part of the fact that they have
yeah.
so-called just go. So I was going to buy a home at one point, and they said they would lend me my annuity, charge me $100 for the application, and then I had to pay them back 60% interest.
Yeah, when you own it. Because it's thick, see. Now, rational, you're thinking, right? But what is it? This is what you must understand. I didn't bring, say, the law books, but it's important to understand wardship. Because under wardship, they don't have to account for the body, the lands, or the estate, and don't have to account for the profits. That's the danger of being in wardship.
Right.
Read wardship. And then after you read wardship, read minor and minority and get your concepts together and understand how you're going to approach this in the future. And remember, when anything is ever done under color, you can always revisit it. Anything that's under color or under a fraud, he's reading it, but do open it up anyway. Because need that, your energy coming up out of that. Read wardship, read it loud so the babies can hear it, please. The ones that's in the rooms.
Wardship, military tenures.
Stand up, please, because everybody can't hear you clear.
Wardship, military tenures, the right of the Lord to have custody as guardian of the body and land of the infant child.
Infant heir.
Heir.
Without accounting.
Any account of profit.
Stop right there, although it gives you more. Now we're going to go to the next part. I want you to pay attention to that. So whereas you're making the argument, which is absolutely moral and ethical, you don't understand the status issue. You see what I'm saying? In a wardship status, they don't have to account for the profits.
Right.
Why? Because in a wardship status, you don't have power over your property. It's not yours. It is no different than you being the baby right there, and she's running the account. She's not going to sit and have a conversation with the baby about, well, baby, I just spent $585,000 for a new Rolls and a house down payment. And the baby going to say, oh, you did, huh? This is how they treat minority people. Do you understand? Now read the next part, and then we're going to take that into minor and minority and make you understand what it means. Read the next part of that wardship.
Until he was 21.
Until he was 21.
Or she 16.
Or she 16. Stop right there. Female is the most perfect being, so she matures better or quicker than that which she produces, which is us or our sons, or also females neutered in her womb and produced, but we have not the power that she has. That's why it takes us longer to mature. So we'll be, 15 still playing Cowboys and everything, and she'll be still talking about, come on, what's up with you, Ben? And we still playing. Well, it's the truth. Then when we catch up, then we running after her. But the real deal is they mature quicker